Councillor Fosle.
Thank you, President Krug. Councilors, you're probably not going to like what I'm going to say right now, but so be it. This is politics at its best. I think that everybody in the city of Duluth should have to abide by the same rules, no matter what your affiliation is to other politicians who may have been elected in the city of Duluth.
Thank you, Councillor Fosle. Councillor Gardner.
Thank you, President Krug. I do take issue, Councillor Fosle, with your accusation that this is politics. I happen to know that area very well. And as far as my affiliation to another politician in Duluth, I think you're probably referring to the applicant's father, and I actually don't have any political affiliation with him whatsoever. He is not part of my political circle even closely. So I think I feel pretty comfortable saying that. No, I really do believe that we have to be, when we look at these kind of issues, we have to apply common sense, and we can't just blindly. And Councillor Fosle, I have agreed to variances that in your district that you have requested, and that with regard to floodplains and all of that, and there has been no political. If the applicant's facts make sense to me, I will then support the applicant. And we, as a council, are the only body that actually has the power to do that. I think the Planning Commission, some of them, felt as if, well, actually it isn't even some of them, they felt like they had to abide by the rules because that as written, because they don't have the authority that the council has with regard to this. And I spoke with a couple of the commissioners afterwards, and they did affirm that. So I feel very comfortable doing this. I think it's the right thing to do, and I don't normally like to respond to some of these things that you say, Councillor Fosle, because they aren't appropriate, and I don't always like to call attention to them. But I do believe sometimes that silence implies consent, and so I'm not going to be silent about that, and I don't consent.
Thank you, Councillor Gardner. Councillor Hanson.
Thank you, Councillor Krug. I too take deep offense to the accusation that that this is politically motivated. This is an issue in my district. I've taken my time to go up into that area to review the various properties up there, and I think this is a hardship, and I think that the applicants have invested a lot of time, their own money, to go through this process with the hope of having a good resolution at the end. I think this is a really bad example of not being responsive government and making common sense moves to what seems to be, to me, a very minuscule issue of whether or not we're allowing one particular property owner to have the same advantage that anybody else has in that neighborhood. It's very clear as you look through the neighborhood that others have that privilege to have those in their backyards, but why shouldn't this applicant? Moreover, you know, I'm going to be seated here for the next 4 years, Mr. Fosle. Frankly, I don't want to be sitting here being chastised for votes when I think we can be civil about our and be respectful. And I hope that moving forward in the next 4 years that we're not going to be having these type of discussions where I'm being called names. I don't like being called names. And integrity is everything in my life. And if you're going to try to take that away from me, I'm going to stand up to you.